Hello, we're back. It's been 5 seconds since the last one ended. So, your specific instructions, the actual assignment 3 in this case, is to go to, yeah. So these instructions are here. I will make a Canvas page or whatever, or assignment, I guess. I'm going to paste these things in there, so it'll be ugly in that context because they don't process Markdown in that stupid fucking website. I hate Canvas so much. All these LMSs, like learning management systems, because it's like lock-in. It's just like garbage lock-in. It's like I once contacted them and I said, hey, is there a way for me to just download all the assignments directly into an Excel spreadsheet or whatever, just so I can see them? I can just like put them on a thing. I can just scroll through them instead of having to like click like 3 times per fucking assignment, which again is like death for me. And they said, oh no, that is our most requested feature. It's like seething rage. They don't do it because if I did it, then I wouldn't have to go to their stupid website, and I never would. So anyways, we use Canvas for bookkeeping and just so I can make sure that you're all alive and happy. I don't know if you're happy, but I hope you're alive. I need to know if you're alive. I really hope you're happy. Anyways, yeah, so I'll put these instructions on there. It's also on the GitHub. You can download it if you feel like going into there. If you don't know how to download something from GitHub and look it up and open it in VS Code, ask the machine. I don't know if you can hear that. Ask the machine. If you have a technical problem, don't. There is no value to not solving problems that you have the solution for. You do not get extra points for leaving tools on the table. Yeah, so instructions. Your specific instructions are background. I already did this part. I did this part in the last video. You have a category in the server dedicated to you and your Capstone project. It is named something like foof with the little hashtag in front of it, which is like often included to sort of show that something is a hex ID, but it's not really necessary. It doesn't encode the numbers like we talked about in some iteration past. Blah blah blah. Oh, I should have DM'd you there. It's not going to do that. Sorry, I don't want to add that functionality. I wrote that before I realized that it'd be really easy for me to turn that de-identification on and off. So I'll just turn it off when I'm done with the video, and you can just use. Oh, how are you gonna do that? You'll have to. I think if you click on your name, see, you will have been assigned a role that has the name of your tag, and so you can just use that to find it. There's no order of the categories. It's the order of the categories is the order in which you completed the intro survey. I will probably add some functionality at some point that will randomize the order at some interval, which will be annoying for you because you have to look for it, which is why I want to do the emoji thing so you can easily scan. But what I have discovered in the course of doing this is that if I leave the order fixed, the people who are on the top I will look at more often. So shifting it up makes it so that I will like stochastically see. I will try to look at everybody, but once I hit this button, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the server, and I was mostly keeping up with it as they were coming in up until this point. I'm going to lose the thread right now. Like, it's just FYI. I will be spot checking your conversations just to kind of, because it's fun. And I will be building tools to kind of like extract information and do like sort of larger, like, you know, like word math using large language model as word calculators to kind of like you know, extract the vibe, extract the context. I don't know, blah blah blah. Like I want to like basically like glumping you all together into maybe like small groups based on shared topics and blah, 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 blah. Don't talk about the future. We've been over this. Because I don't really know, so I don't want to promise anything. And if I say it out loud, even if I say I don't know, I still said it out loud. So embrace the chaos. You, I'm afraid, have to trust me, because all the tools that are necessary for this class to complete successfully do not currently exist. But they will, because I trust myself, and therefore I'm asking you to trust me. And if you don't, I don't know, let me know. Or just, like, judge me from afar. You're already doing that, so keep it up. Focus! Jesus, fuck. Yeah, background. You have a category, it's got your name, you can find it. You have full control within your category to make channels and configure them how you like. When you make a new chat, the body's configured follows certain instructions. This did the explain. Okay, I actually did write up what the instructions were. But I don't, like, you probably could have figured it out from this text, but I don't. Yeah, you got the video too. Options. Consent is about having options. Okay, background. Previous video. Oh, I guess I can label. No, it's confusing. Who gives a shit? Focus. Move on. Now the actual like things what you want to do. Noticing how I can do the folding hierarchically, like the H2 heading. It's the same. The folding is the folding on this side is the same as the folding on that side. And I'm going to keep sort of like harping on like trees and hierarchy and structure, like because it's going to be super relevant to a lot of stuff, and you'll just have to feel free to guess. By way of tidbit. Okay, this is VS Code, which is a it's like kind of free open source. It is free and open source, but it's Microsoft makes it, so we don't trust them. Oh, let's not dox anybody. So this is this is WebStorm, which is a JetBrains project. It is not free and open source, but it's more functional. I like it better. It's dedicated for this specific language. VS Code is more of a general purpose tool. So, you know, we use a bunch of tools. What am I showing you? I'm showing you the docs that I showed you before about Skellybot, writer side, same guy here. This tree, this is called XML. And I can Control S. That's fine. Oh god, plugin. You are here. Oh no, Control Alt S. JSON crack. Why aren't you showing me? Okay, Alt F12. This is a rabbit hole, but it's going to produce a pretty tree, and I just like trees. They're pretty. Code dot open here in code dot in codeland means this location, where this location means like inside of a particular folder. If that doesn't make sense, ask the machine. If that doesn't make sense and you wish that it did, ask the machine. If you don't care, I can move on. Some weird guy said some weird thing sometime. That's not your problem. Why am I here? It's because I wanted to show you the pretty picture. Enter, cd dot dot slash dot dot dot. Dot dot means go up the tree. That was too many. No. Yeah, skelly pot. Yeah. It's like, statistically I know that someone in the group is cursing my name right now, but I just have to be okay with that. Why do I keep... No, focus. CD free mocap. Backslash, because it's Windows. Skelly bot. Bot. Right click. Open in terminal. Oh, open this in code. Don't have to yell. Apparently it's not case sensitive. And then I go into S3. Oh, and I go into the extensions. I'm gonna give up if it doesn't work. Are you? Why? I thought you could do HTML or XML. Anyways, it's a fucking tree. I should stop swearing. It's just... anyways, if you want undergrads that think you're cool, you should swear. You swear in front of them. That's just like one of the... It's a rule that professors know, but it should be used judiciously. And if you're a professor and you don't know that, now you know. If you don't know, now you know, friendo. A subset of the population thought that was funny. Where the fuck was I? God damn it. Where are we? We are giving specific instructions. Hooray. Step 1. Look, you even labeled it. How nice of myself. The instructions are, I'm going to follow these instructions myself in my foof channel. Or my beefing. I'm going to be beefed? Yes, I'll be beefed. I think that's going to be easier for me in the long term. I'm just going to... I will pretend that I am JKL. JKL is now a ghost student. If you're watching, just John, it's one of those things like I don't feel like I need to ask permission for that because I know him well enough to be able to guess. So there's trust there. Full statement. I wrote this like a couple days ago. It's like, so I forgot what I said. Or I didn't, but I can't, like, the recording light's on, so I'm dumber. That's how that works. Not that intelligence is measurable. It's not. Anyone that says it is. Not anyone that says it is, but the concept that intelligence is measurable is, it's at least racist. Probably other things, too. As a racist history. But it's also just wrong. I will not expand on that. Lord knows I want to. Okay, here we are. I am beefed. It's also just funny to say that. I am beefed. I am here. I am following the instructions. I am just doing the job that... I don't know if I said this before, but as a student, it is not your responsibility to learn. As a teacher, it is my responsibility to teach you. And the agreement is that I will give you a set of things that if you do these things, you will learn this other thing. And the agreement is that you're going to do the things that I asked you to do. And the trust is that the thing that I'm asking you to do will in fact teach you the concept that I'm trying to teach you. So this is a how-to case, just like crank the knob, follow the thing. Hopefully at the end of it you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here, and then you can move on from there with that knowledge embedded in your goop. Variously chemistry goop. 14 minutes, we can get through this. The goal is always 20 or less. Step 1. Set up the bot prompt channels. This is using the new naming. Okay, let me just change this to the new naming schema, because otherwise it will be confusing. Oh, I am beefed. Now I am prof, and I can do anything. Because I sit above in the tree. Social hierarchies are toxic, just to be clear, but they're also just like inescapable, and they can be toxic if they're abused, because hierarchy implies power, and power implies the possibility of harm. Well, among other things. So it's kind of like, yeah. What am I doing here? I am changing the name to prompt settings. I am doing the emoji on the front because we're trying that out. Ooh, where'd it go? Discord, fuck. Discord does not have a Control Z. It also does not actually want you to put emojis in the name, so you have to like use like a pop-up keyboard. On Windows, you can do Windows key period to make this keyboard pop up. I do not know how to do it in Mac or Linux. I have tried. Like, I don't know a direct keyboard shortcut. If you do, please tell me. And I'm giving it this emoji on the front to label it as separate from the bot channel prompts. It is not material. The way it searches for something, it searches for a channel called prompt settings. It doesn't look at the emoji, so that's just kind of like for our human eyeballs. Scannability. Okay. There you go. So hopefully it still works. I am following the instructions, and the instructions say, step 1, title is, let's go into the formatted text. Yeah. I wish I could collapse this. Like, I think you can do that in Obsidian, but I don't feel like opening Obsidian right now. Background. We already talked about the backgrounds. Task. Set up your space. Step 1, setting up the bot prompt channel. Bot prompt settings. So here I am. I'm beefed. Here's my bot prompt channel. Look at that. I looked at this. I looked at that. They're the same. Amazing. Go into the bot prompt settings channel. That could be confusing. Go in, because like you're watching a video. It's like go into. So much of this is just like, you are intelligent humans. I do not need to treat you like the hypothetical base user. You can figure things out. I just don't want you to have to. And like I have been blocked by instructions that say things like go into this channel with like whenever it's like, what do you mean go into? Like it's assuming context. It's assuming that you know what I mean when I say that. Not relevant, but not on task. Okay, go into the channel. Send a message to that channel that includes. These are now, they should be numbered. That includes 1. So the dash denotes a list, like the bulleted list. I think I can do this. I also wish there's like a way to unlink them so I don't have to keep scrolling up to the top. Is that working? Oh. Because it's like, so it's layers in, it's giving me like the Roman numerals, and it's also... It's nice because like in Markdown land, you don't actually have to have like 1, 2, 3. You can give it like 1 dot for each bullet, and it will automatically increment, which is nice because then you can move them around. But let's go back. Boink, 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 boink. Whoop, 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 whoop. I hit Control Z too many times. Step 1, setting up the bot prompt channel. Go into things, send a thing with a brief description of what you intend to do for your Capstone project. If you aren't sure about your topic yet, just say so. So I can be like, I will use Beefed as my channel. I think it's better testing for me because it has the same permissions that y'all do. I'm going to delete Foof. I might bring it back later. But for now, it's like, it's an odd one out. It doesn't match the pattern of the rest of them, so it's more confusing than helpful. I am beefed. Hello. I also really need to stop looking at the video of myself because I feel like the entire thing I'm just like, This category is owned by the student with ID beef. We've already talked about that. Brief description of what I intend to use my capstone project. I'm pretending to be a student. I can change this later to be better appropriate. I don't quite know what I want to do, but I think I want to do a project about turtle physiology, and how they got such wackadoo ribs. Just to be clear, the bot will generally match your vibe. So if you give bonkers prompts, it's gonna give you bonkers answers. So this is not the best test because it's gonna be like whatever. It's kind of your choice. I haven't really talked about the challenge of the thing is not to make it say words. Obviously it'll say words all day. The challenge is to use the tool in a way that helps you build your own documents that you're proud of. So like there is a very significant and important distinction. Like this is not your capstone. This is a tool that we are using to help you prepare for and research your capstone. Your capstone will be some other thing that we will uncover as a group. There will be a lot of flexibility in it. There'll be some rules. They're like the rules that you have to hit to get the checkbox will be clear, but they'll also be quite flexible. Okay, punch it. Following the rules. Following the instructions. Oh, what else did I say? By the way, if you don't know about turtles and their wackadoo ribs, look it up and have fun. The answer may shock you. Okay, so right. Also, when you're reading instructions, read the whole instructions before actually doing them. This also works. This also applies if you wrote the instructions yourself and I forgot the rest of this stuff. So I'm gonna do this in 2 messages just because I can. Whatever. Turning it on by adding the bot emoji, great. So now if I go in here and say, chat, who am I? What's my deal? What's my ID? The bot does not care if you misspell things at all. GPT-4 or whatever, they've tested that. Like, if you know what you meant, it can probably figure it out. Yep, see, there it goes. It knows who I am, and blah, blah, blah. So, you're working on a fascinating capstone project about turtle physiology, focusing on their unique rib structure. Cute. Okay, that's part of it. I'm also asking you to add topic tags. This is less for the bot and more for me, the professor, what's gonna do this stuff. You can do it in the same prompt, different prompts, doesn't matter. And I ask you to do basically 3 to 5 very general tags, and then 3 to 5 more specific tags. And I ask that you do it in a specific structure. I should follow my own instructions. So Control C. Maybe I should follow the instructions. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna do this over here, just at the bottom of this document. This is the nice thing about Markdown, is that it's because it's raw text, you can copy pasting works very directly, and you can put it in these code blocks that you can sort of have the automatic copy. Close you, brief things. Okay, so in the instructions, I say follow this schema. The term schema is going to come up a lot. A schema is like, it's the shape that the document's going to be. It's not the content, but it's the shape. And so it's going to have H1 heading, just a single hashtag with a brief project description. You don't have to do that. Whatever. I just do it. Oh, wait. I don't care, and I'm tired, and this video is already long. This is the formatted version. But I can put it in 3 backticks, so that way even the preview mode will show the raw data. Data. It's text. It is data. Okay, I'm gonna, so let's follow this pattern. So, deleting the instructional, like, parentheses, like, brief project description. And just again, you can use plain English here. Wish I hadn't deleted that. I'll say something new. I would like to study elastic energy recovery. It's too detailed. I wanna study kangaroo bouncies, bouncing. What's up with their weird? What's up with their Achilles? It's bouncy. It's a bouncy Achilles. And stuff. What can we learn about ACL injuries from that? Because I know a lot of y'all like pre-med stuff, so clinical. Throwing you I guess it's not a bone. One of the rules in science is that you're not supposed to use a raw acronym without defining it first. But in this context, I think it's fine because the bot absolutely knows what you mean when you say ACL injuries. Topic tags. Okay, yeah, so we're doing H2 heading for that, and then general topic tags. So yeah, so the instructions are like, you're going to get general topic tags, and that's going to be things like really high level conversations like biomechanics, and what's another one for animals? What's the physiology, right? And the naming, so it should be, so for a tag, it's a hashtag without a space, and then we do what's called kebab case, which is an adorable name for what it means when you replace the spaces with dashes, like it's a little kebab. This is called snake case. This is called camel case. And this is my favorite one. This is called screaming snake case. Incredible. Okay, so those are my general topic tags. I guess I'm making 3 to 5. The number doesn't matter. But just like give me some. You can give me more if you want. Should you though? Keep it 3 to 5 because I don't want you to overwhelm the bot prompt. It probably should be in separate comments so you can turn it on and off. Whatever. Do whatever you want. Follow your heart. I'll do this, but also do whatever you want. Okay, so those are the really general ones, and so now the specific topic tags, we're going to do things like kangaroos. The idea is that the general topic ones, I'm hoping that y'all will have overlaps there. We'll find some overlaps, like things like genetics, things like clinical. I'm actually gonna say that. I'm gonna add another one for clinical, which means like health related. I don't know. Specific tags are more specific to you. It is, like maybe there'll be overlap between what y'all are into, maybe not, but it's more specific. So kangaroo, and I guess I'll just match them. That makes sense. So kangaroo is a more specific thing than animals. Oh wait, biomechanics. So biomechanics is the general. Musculoskeletal. Err on the side of less. I was going to say musculoskeletal biomechanics. That's a little redundant, and the smaller number of words you use, the more likely we'll get sort of happy collisions between the different projects. So I could have said musculoskeletal biomechanics. I could have said musculoskeletal physiology. I'm instead just going to say musculoskeletal, which is like a weird thing to say on its own, but it's a tag. And it just means stuff related to like the goopy. I use that term to mean like, I guess, muscles, tendons, bones, ligaments, I guess. I said ACL, so yeah. Everything that's not neuroscience or digestion, I guess. Everything that, yeah, whatever, who gives a shit. Kangaroos are more specific than animals. Physiology. You're going to say, that's a place where you want to do musculoskeletal physiology. Okay, more specific than biomechanics is energy, storage, and return. That's too many words, but I'm tired, so who cares? And then more specific than physiology, that's where I'm going to put musculoskeletal. Musculoskeletal. And again, like, I give you full permission to get this wrong and do it bad. Just trust your gut, put something down. If you're trying really hard, don't. You can change it later. You won't be graded on this. It's a checkbox. You can change it as many times as you want. You will change it as many times, a lot. You'll be tweaking the prompts to get the behavior like you want it to be. Fourth one, clinical. Sports related injuries. Nice. Grab it. Control C. Go here. Control V. Bah. I could code fence it. What? And have it come in. If I do that, it'll show. You have to have the cursor outside of the code fence for it to listen to your enter. So I could do that. I could also, I'm going to edit this. I could remove the code fence. That's what they call it. Code block? Whatever, who cares? Words. There's so many words. And then now it will actually format it with Markdown. I just push up. You can just push up to edit the message. I delete this instructional bit. Punch it. Wah. Cool. Chat. Now I go back here again. Control R to refresh Discord. Because Discord is an Electron app, so it means it's secretly a browser. It's Chrome under the hood, as is almost every other app you use. Streamlabs is Electron. Secretly, it's Chrome. VS Code is Electron. Secretly, it's Chrome. Slack, a lot of things. So now I go back here. I just refreshed it just because I don't think it's necessary. Superstitious behavior. /chat, and I ask it the same question. Who am I? What's my deal? And it's going to say some fun stuff about kangaroos. Oh! It didn't say kangaroos because I made a mistake. Do you know what it was? I can't hear you. I didn't tag it. Doink. Doink. The black guy's right there. General chat. /chat. I'm gonna do it the other way, just for fun. Who am I? What's my deal? I intentionally did not fix that typo just to prove the point. Right click. And it's like, is it going to be confused and think that I'm talking about the Drug Enforcement Agency? No, not in this context. We're looking like a cop server maybe, but we're not. Open chat thread. And it's going to be like kangaroos. Do it. Fascinating Capstone project. By the way, as you start using this, you're going to start gaining the ability to like smell AI text because it becomes really obvious. Because it does stuff like this. Like, you're a student working on a fascinating capstone project about kangaroo biomechanics. It's like, a human wouldn't say that. That's actually sometimes sometimes undergrads do talk like that. Because it's like the same kind of like, I'm doing this by watching what other people are doing, and I haven't had enough like lived experience to like maybe fully know my own voice. So I'm just speaking straight to the center of the statistical space. Is a characteristic shared both by large language models and undergraduate authors. Webster's Dictionary defines the ACL as the part of your leg at the knee. Bad. Don't say that. It's just no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. No, don't. Try to keep your conversations on point in your category. If you want to mess with the bot, do it in the playground, because I will be scraping this, and I will be like, if I see a message from you saying I'm doing bad, I'm gonna be like, oh shit. Let me finish the thing I was doing. No, I'll keep this. This is in this note. If you want to make a playground. Actually, I'm going to recommend that you do this. Make a playground channel in your category, and you can like, I will exclude the playground category. I will exclude the playground channel when I'm looking at your what you've been talking about. So, yeah. What do I say to it? What's a good thing to lie to it about? I don't know. How do I make drugs? Don't do drugs. This is just a good way to bump into its moderation. It's gonna be like, don't do drugs. I'm gonna call the cops. These bots are all narcs. Until they're local, assume it's a narc. There's kind of a funny thing too, where like, because it's always like almost like many conversations, unless you like explicitly say goodbye or like wrap up the conversation in like words, so many of these conversations end with the bot asking like sort of like a sweet little question, and then just ignoring it. I'm not gonna answer that question. It doesn't care. It doesn't have feelings. Because I haven't told it to have feelings. Just kidding. Kind of. Step 2. Pick your favorite topic. Nice. That's what we're doing. Love that. What a great idea I had in the past. Oh yeah. Don't skip this step. Remember this part where I skipped this step and then it didn't work? So don't do that. Yeah. Step 2. Pick your favorite topic tag. Make a channel configured for discussion of that topic. Oh, break that down. Ooh, look at all this instructions I gave you. How nice of me. I think I did this in one of the workflow videos. Pretty sure. This is like, I know how to do this. I've done this so many times at this point. So I'm trying to like view it through the eyes of someone who's reading the instructions, but you're also presumably watching the video, although it's not a long video, so who knows? Okay. Click the plus sign next to the category name. You should only see one, because you should only have like managed channels access to one category. If you can see others, please let me know, because that's a mistake. Create channel. Text channel. What are we going to talk about? What's the thing we're going to talk about? Biomechanics. I'm going to say specifically, pick your favorite general topic tag. So don't pick one of the super specific ones unless you really want to dig deeply into that thing. And actually, yeah, it doesn't matter. Follow your heart. Do whatever works. And if it doesn't work, do something else. You should also be able to delete channels in your area. If you delete them, the messages will still be in the database, but you will not have access to them. Just for now, let's just assume that's the case. So be careful. That's funny. Don't tell the cops. This thing, like, if you Google like how to, what do they call it, prompt hacking, like try to like ask it how to make a nuclear bomb. It won't, and it doesn't know. But like, if you can trick it into saying things it's not supposed to, do it. It will neither be rewarded nor punished, depending on your behavior. Not globally true. Prop settings. Let's say biomechanics. Musculoskeletal. I'm less in love with this now, but I think it's fine. You'll figure it out. Okay, punch it. Make a channel, ++ sign, select text, name the channel after the major topic. Create channel. There you go. Click the edit channel button. Little backticks make. I don't know. Who cares? Yes. So biomechanics is a pretty broad topic. So when you're chatting in this channel, it already knows what the upper level prompt is. So here I'm going to say like, and so like, the way the language has to be like, it has to make sense from the context of like instructions that are going to be seen before anything you say in the chat. So don't talk to it here like it's a conversation. I think it's probably best to just literally like do the thing, like just like in this channel is for discussing biomechanics, especially as they relate to I'm gonna say locomotion. I almost said animal locomotion. I almost said kangaroo locomotion, but because I want to be able to talk about just, I don't want it to always be asking me about animals, but I do want to kind of like hone it in a little bit. So I'm choosing to just say locomotion. You can do whatever you want, and you can change this whenever you want. I think I technically do have access to like audit logs where I can see you making like, there's like a list of like, oh, like this person made this channel, but I don't really tend to look through it. Okay, now you can also click and drag them around. You probably can't drag it out of your category without your permissions, but who cares? Oh, and leave general chat. General chat's just for having like uncategorized conversations. But don't stress too hard about it. If you like have a conversation in the wrong place, like it doesn't super matter. It's just for you. Biomechanics, and I could say, I'm actually gonna give it just a raw prompt, and then it should already start talking about the right thing. Notice it sometimes instead of saying Capstone it says capiche. I don't know why. It's so funny. Like it's only the new one that's been doing that, the 1106 preview, and I think it has something to do with like the way that it's handling like the temperature variability. But sometimes it says capiche instead of Capstone. What's the deal? What are we working on here? It didn't. Nice. Oh, I think it's always gonna say like, "How's your research going?" Because I think there's something in the prompt that's like, check in on them with how their project is going or something like that. Um, I'll be fiddle-faddling around with the prompt, so feel free to look at it. I'll try to get the vibes right. That's why I want to use this. I'm going to be doing stuff in this server to try to make sure I know what the vibes are. But also, if it just like does annoying things, just tag me. A little tip too: if I just say like hi, it will respond. That's kind of annoying. I might sometimes like send you messages, and I will do the little tilde. Makes the bot ignore it, so you can do that if you want. Okay, we're 45 minutes in, just plenty. I want to show you one more thing, which is my favorite thing. My favorite thing. I cannot recommend enough that you do this thing that I'm about to say. I have said before, and I will say again, that AI is going to fundamentally change our relationship with language. This latest iteration and what will come from it is going to fundamentally change our relationship with language. And we have a lot of history in our human experience that has equated language with writing and specifically with typing. And that's a great way to get very specific words on the page. But it was never really the way that our bodies like to produce language. The way that our bodies like to produce language is through speaking. Most forms of language come through auditory signals. There's also like sign language, which happens through like hands and body and face and stuff like that. From a neuroscience perspective, those are treated exactly the same at a neural level. Sign language, spoken language, indistinguishable other than the modality. So all that is to say, doink doink. Here I am. I'm in the general chat, and Discord being sloppy, you cannot record voice memos on the desktop app, but you can in the mobile app. So if I go to 2NC, I'm going to replace that with something you'll see later. And I go into my channel. Oh, you can't see this, but who cares? General chat. General chat. And then this little microphone by the entry point, I can push and hold it and then give it a voice memo and say like, "Hi, I'm a student, and I want to do my capstone on something like related to kangaroos and their ACL, but like I don't know, man. Like I'm like a little bit on the fence about it, and I think it's really cool. Like I learned a little bit about like I know that they're like super crazy efficient in the way that they bounce. Like they're arguably the most energy efficient land mammal. Like how they bounce. Like they apparently, I heard they have like super efficient energy storage and release, which allows them to move like almost for free when they're moving at speed. But I also heard that they're like super inefficient when they're walking slowly, and they're actually like pentapods. Like they use like 5-legged gaits or something like that because their tail's involved. I read a paper about that once. I think actually, anyways, long story. So yeah, I'm just trying to like figure out like how to make that work. Like, does that seem like a reasonable? Like, but I'm also like, I want to be an osteo surgeon, bone guy with knees and stuff. And I think that there's a connection there. Can you like help me out with that? Like, I'm at a loss. Help me, Botto. You're my only hope. Then I let go, and then it is sent, and it shows up there. And then I just right click them, apps, and say open chat thread. And it will scrape the audio transcribe it with Whisper, and look at all of this text that just got into the page, and now it's going to give me instructions based off of that. How much easier was that versus typing all of this? Is it grammatical? No, we don't speak grammatically. Like, it's just like prescriptive grammar is racist. It's classist. But I repeat myself. And so blah 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 blah. It's just so then, and so now you can do it at the top level and then do the right click and open chat from the thing, and it will do the transcription. In a chat, I can also, now that I can go into that chat and then send voice memos. Are there any other super bouncy animals? What about them mice? And it will transcribe there. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable how good it is at stuff. Summarize it in markdown formatted code block. Summarize all of this. Gimme kebab case tags. What should I search for in PubMed? And it just does it. You see my problem? You see my problem? How, what does assigning a paper mean in this world? What the fuck is a 10-page paper in a world where, you can spit one out in an afternoon? It's nothing. It's just, we have, the answer is, write 1,000 10-page paper and then give me your favorite one. It's just, I didn't tell it to kebab. Oh, it confused the PubMed search tags with the kebab case tags because it was confusing language. That's fine. Anyways, so, yeah. Periodic existential crises are expected and encouraged. This 20-minute video is an hour long. Have a good weekend.